any size. Catch his speed, just like flies. Look out, here comes the Spider-Man. Is he strong? Listen, bud, he's got radioactive blood. Can he swing from a thread? Take a look overhead. Hey there goes the Spider-Man. In the chill of night, at the scene of a crime, like a streak of light, he arrives just in time. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Wealth and fame, he's ignored. Action is his reward to him. Life is a great big bang. Wherever there's a hang, you'll find a Spider-Man.
Spider-Man Shattered Dimension starts off on a promising note. It opens up with a nice FMV with Neil Patrick Harris, better known as Doogie Howser or Barney Stinson from How I Met Your Mother. Spider suited up and cracking one-liners, and it kind of made me mourn for what could have been in the movie series and also in this latest offering. The level design is terrible, and it's where the game first and most incredibly fails. Each level, instead of being something you want to traverse and explore, it's basically an extended boss battle that leaves you feeling much less like you've accomplished something and more ashamed that it took so long to get the little result that you end up with. Most levels feel more like a long sequence of corridors. There isn't much web swinging going on, which, you know, in the first Ultimate level, I actually forgot I was able to web swing to get around. I ended up running around and jumping for the most part of it. The open air setting of New York is almost completely omitted from the game, which I found a strange choice given that the ability to web swing is the unique trademark of, you know, Spider-Man. It's like having a Wolverine game where you can't use claws, or a Superman game that people actually play. There are exceptions though. A few noir levels have some heft to them, with Spider-Man dropping out of the shadows to stun or immobilize his enemies silently, much like sort of Batman Arkham Asylum. But these are far and few between, and the fact that you have to play 3 other levels to unlock another noir level just doesn't seem worth it. The 2099 levels, which were the ones that I was second most excited to see, also were just a massive letdown. They just feel like some sort of LSD-driven laser light show with no gravity, and my hatred for the Ultimate Universe was only deepened by the levels taking place there. They aren't all bad, but too few of them are any really good. Story-wise, the game centers on, you know, Spider-Man foiling a robbery by Mysterio and breaking something called the Tablet of Order and Chaos that shatters into several pieces and is scattered around 4 different dimensions. Thus, the 4 Spider-Man must work sort of together at the interdimensional behest of Madam Web. For you web heads out there, you'll probably know who she is. They have to gather the pieces and reunite them to bring order back to the multiverse, and thus ensues their little adventures. I would have actually watched a movie or an animated series or read this as a comic series, so it's just a shame that the story was actually just wasted on this. In the plus side of things, the levels, characters and animations are great for a game that seemed to have such little development time. The Spider-Man Noir levels are a lot of fun. They're very moody, they're very well placed. They're actually probably some of the best levels in the game, and some of the most enjoyable Spider-Man levels I've played in any Spider-Man game. And Neil Patrick Harris's Amazing Spider-Man was just an absolute hoot. He was wisecracking, he was one-lining, he was, you know, gabbing with the bad guys, and it just made it so much more fun. In the minuses, the levels that aren't noir are repetitive and boring and frustrating. If you've ever played a Spider-Man game and you've played an Electro level, that is basically what you're looking at here, over and over and over again. The music is also repetitive and grinding. It's too corridor based for a Spider-Man game. There's basically no open air, no space, no open cities. It's all just long corridor after corridor after corridor, and the guy who plays Spider-Man 2099 sounds like Alan Alda and is really annoying. So overall, there's really nothing new here except the noir levels, but sadly by themselves that doesn't merit a purchase. The levels are basically glorified boss battles that go on for too long and feel a little too samey. And I hate to give another Spidey game a not recommended. It's not as bad as Spider-Man 3 or Spider-Man Web of Shadows, but it's definitely not one if you're not a fan. Just not recommended at all if you're not a super bad, hardcore Spider-Man fan.